y'all, hey, welcome to Tootie Talk Sense. My daughter told me to brush my hair before I get on here, and I didn't, but I see why she was saying it. Now that I'm on camera, I see it. Let me make sure. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right camera. How y'all day went today? Okay, on this Thursday, we one day away from Friday, and I don't work weekends, so that's the last day of the week. I am ready for it, okay? I don't even remember what I put on the list because I made this earlier today, and it's been a long day. So we're going to be going through this together. Y'all going to be surprised, like I'm surprised when I bring up the next subject, like, oh, that's what's next. Okay. Okay, let's see. I know by the pictures. Okay, first, before I start, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm trying out this new time, this 8 o'clock slot, and see how that go. Because I task, so I'm going to try not to be on here too long, okay? I'm going to see between the 8 and the 5. I don't know right now if I'm going to go live tomorrow or if I'm just going to drop a video. But, yeah, we'll see. The first story is going to be about, I ran across this, and I hadn't heard of it, but the hashtag was Justin for Malachi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. And it's just odd that the story, I'm going to show y'all the news clip, and I'm going to read an article afterwards because the article is the update. The news clip is when it first happened. So this young man right here, he lives in Atlanta. And his mom said he had went to go sell a firearm to somebody that he knew. And then next thing she knows, she getting a call that says that he been unalive. The story that she got is that they pulled over somebody for speeding and running red lights and everything. And when they pulled over the guy, and they still haven't named them, so that's why I'm saying somebody. They still haven't, as far as I know, named them. And when they put them over, this young man Malachi was dead in his seat, on the passenger side. Now the guy haven't been arrested, and that was the initial story, that he hadn't been arrested. They didn't know what happened, so that's why they was trying to get justice for Malachi, because they was, how you got a dead body in your seat, running red lights and everything, get pulled over, and you not in jail. That's the whole thing. So I'm looking like, who is this person that his name is still not, because you remember the story I did yesterday with Trevor Moses, I want to say, the young black man who got hit in the face. And then that wasn't yesterday. That's what I dropped with We're Just Talking So y'all go watch that video. But it's a guy named Trevor Moses. He got snuck punched by this. He was 25. I may be getting the ages wrong. He's in his 20s. The other guy's in his 40s. Snuck punched him, hit him in his face. They get to fighting. The 25-year-old, he's black. The 40-year-old white guy who snuck him, he punched him. He hit his head. He ended up in the hospital, bleeding on the brain. He passed a couple of days later. That young man is in jail. So I'm looking like, I don't even know if this is a race thing, because they haven't identified the driver. And because of that, I'm assuming it's white. And I could be wrong. But let me show y'all the video of the news story of this. And I have only seen this. I don't even remember how I came across it, but I know it's not playing here in Chicago. So I don't know if it's just only local in Atlanta who's covering it. Can y'all see it? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. I'm doing all this talking. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see it? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Yeah. All right. Let me play the video for you.
Shot dead in the front seat of his car. Fox 5's Eric Mock joins us from the live desk. And Eric, the family's still searching for justice.
They really are, Eric. They said Friday's funeral was about remembering Malachi's life, while today's vigil and balloon release was about keeping their cries for justice alive.
Justice!
Saturday evening, dozens of friends and family members of Malachi Mitchell gathered for a vigil to remember him. Family drove in from as far away as Florida, releasing balloons and even sky lanterns to honor him. His mother, Kelli Mitchell, says it's also to show that they're continuing to demand answers.
Yesterday, we were able to celebrate his life and honor him. And today, we're back to fighting for justice.
The 21-year-old was found dead in the front seat of a car Douglas County deputies pulled over on January 29th. Investigators say that Malachi had met the driver of that car to sell him a gun, but they say the two then got into a struggle over the gun, and the driver pulled out his own gun and shot and killed Malachi. But the sheriff's office still has not arrested the shooter, has not said whether they plan to bring charges against him or whether the shooting was justified. Family and friends laid Malachi to rest after a funeral at West Hunter Street Baptist Church Friday.
I'm overwhelmed with joy and appreciation to know that Malachi did not die in vain. And
Kelli Mitchell says she still doesn't understand why the sheriff's office hasn't arrested or charged the shooter, and says they're continuing to pursue justice for Malachi through the courts.
Lawsuit is still against the killer. It's still active. It will be. He'll be served in the publication since we now he's nowhere to be found.
Now, we've requested interviews with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office several times to get answers about this case. They have not responded to our requests. Reporting at the live desk, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
Now, yeah. So initially, when they came out with the story, she just knew that her son was found unalive and the driver. At first, they were saying the backseat, but they wouldn't give her any more information. So now, since the son is buried, they are telling her that he went to sell this guy a gun, and then the guy thought that that Malachi was finna rob him or was trying to get over on him. So he took out his gun and shot Malachi. Now, hopefully in this story, because I have read it, that the guy didn't call the police. He called somebody else to try to see what he can do or what should he do in that situation. And I'm looking like, hell, I don't know how this man got arrested. Who is this person? Like, why is his name not released? Why he not even arrested so you could investigate? Because he got a body in his car. Like, unless he running on red lights to try to get this man to the hospital, which it doesn't seem like it, because it seems like when the police put them over, the Malachi was already deceased. So what are we doing? And if you went to, yes, people do have more than one firearm, but you went to buy a firearm with a firearm, because the story makes no sense. If you talking about you want to go get a firearm and you think this guy finna trick you, so you took out your own firearm. Yes, I do know there's more than, people like to have more than one firearm, but it sounds suspect to me. Sounds like you probably was the one going to rob him to take, not pay for the firearm he was trying to sell you, is what it sounded like to me initially. I don't know all the details. But I'm like, that don't sound right. And why this man, boy, I don't even know who it is. The mom know who it is because she have filed the lawsuit, but even her picture of the lawsuit that she shared with the news, and that's in this news article, the name is redacted, so you can't see the name to see who this person is. And I'm like, unless it's a teenager, an underage person, why is the name redacted and why they're not giving more information about this? Because it's Georgia, so I know their firearm laws are different, and I don't know what age you have to be to get a firearm. I would hope at least 18, but I don't know. Let me see if I can find this article about it, because I want to say the article give you a little bit more detail. So this again, the article is from Fox Atlanta, because this is the only place that I have seen this information even covered. So the family of Malachi Mitchell sues alleged killer after Douglas County Sheriff's Office lets him go. And you know what this sounds like? There've been so many that I could forget Aubrey. That's what it sounds like. That's what it puts me in the man of Ahmaud Arbery when he was out jogging and the men chased him down and unalived him and the man and the daddy and the sheriff sat at the car and talked to them and let them go. That's what it puts me in the man of. But the family of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell, who was found shot to death in the front seat of a car pulled over for a traffic stop in Douglas County, is suing the son's killer. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office have not arrested the shooter, citing the fact that he told investigators he thought Mitchell was trying to rip him off and that he was being followed. Now, if Mitchell trying to rip you off and you was being followed, I guess the person following you was supposed to be Mitchell. So what happened after you shot him if you being followed? The car just pulled off? If Mitchell got a gun, I'm quite sure the people who following you, if he going to sell a firearm, probably gonna be strapped too. But it sounds like that could be a little made up. But how the sheriff's just taking this and be like, oh, okay. It's it's odd to me. Like, does it even make sense to y'all? Because I'm like, what? So the family attorney, Marshall, I'm gonna mess up this lady name, McNaught, says the lawsuit is a way for the family to get answers as well as hold the shooter responsible for Mitchell's death. The family of Malachi Mitchell, and I do. Let me say this before I continue on. People do that because when it was like yesterday, Lil Dirt, Rondo Quando cousin that was unalive, that Lil Dirt is in jail for. The victim's mom is now suing Lil Dirt. So people do it, and this family is feeling like they do it because when you bring a civil lawsuit, that does open the doors for you to have access to information, to prove your lawsuit. So maybe that's why they're doing it this way. The 21-year-old was found dead in the front seat of a car in Douglas County during a traffic stop. It's on the person who allegedly killed him. Malachi Mitchell's family want justice, what they're saying. Malachi's mother, Kenya Mitchell, says she doesn't believe the Douglas County Sheriff's Office would get justice for her son. The Sheriff's Office said as of now, it would not be arresting the driver who shot and killed Malachi. So I'm like, unless they got some information that prove what this guy was saying, and it doesn't seem that way because I would assume you would tell the mom, since you're not arresting him, then that is not going to be a case. Why wouldn't you tell the mom? And for them to say because the only other instance I would have said is that if they're building a case on the driver, then they probably not telling the mom, letting the driver go, think it's free, get the driver, hopefully interviewed the driver to get his statement down so then they could tell when they re-interview him and the story change, what's lies, what's truth. That's the only other thing, but they already said they're not arresting the driver. So I'm like, well, that ain't the case. If Douglas County will do their job, our family and our attorney, we're doing our job, Mitchell said, and we have filed a civil lawsuit for wrongful death against the killer. Mitchell family filed civil lawsuit. So if the family is not going to get criminal justice or justice is going to be delayed, there's nothing under the law preventing them from moving forward civilly, which is exactly what we have done, the attorney said. We have filed a civil action against the responsible party in this case. We are expecting that we will be able to get everything that Mitchell deserves, which is responsibility regarding the action taken by this killer. And as you can see, that's the lawsuit right there. You see that the name of the person has been redacted. Let's see. Yeah, I thought maybe it was up under there, but no. If law enforcement is not going to figure out what happened, the family gets to do that in a civil proceeding. We can take depositions in the civil proceeding. We can call them in for testimony to be provided, sworn, locked in statements so that this family can do their own investigation. So on Thursday, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office released a video statement. There, they outlined how deputies conducted a traffic stop on January 29th, discovered a deceased passenger. So, yeah, when they put the man over, Malachi was already dead. Later identified as Malachi A. Mitchell, the driver of the vehicle, whose identity has not been released, was taken to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office for questioning. He reportedly cooperated fully with investigators and was later released. Let's see. I'm gonna see, is this video gonna show the police statement? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, yes. No feel.
Interested in checking out Fox 5 on your streaming device? Well,
Use
just
the
search for Fox
commercial.
Local on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. We're here to help no matter how you watch.
Speculation surrounding the death of a man in Douglas County has now taken a new turn.
Yeah, the family of Malachi Mitchell has wondered why police allowed the person deputies caught with his body to walk away. Now, the sheriff's office is proving and providing new details about the case. That's where Fox 5's Kevin Stewart is in Douglasville with the latest.
Yeah, unique move by the Douglas County Sheriff.
Now we buffering.
Office today. Typically, this is a that does not protecting the integrity of the investigation. It didn't do an interview today.
That and Nate is the one who unalived the person. So come on, buffering. Give me these details. So I know to the next y'all we're gonna cover, just so you won't have dead space out there. Next we're gonna cover Pastor Jamal Bryant. I didn't even take out my little notes, y'all. I'm gonna go on the fly though. Pastor Jamal Bryant. I don't know if y'all seen, Pastor Jamal Bryant was one of the big faces on this Stop Shopping at Target for the month. So the White House, even though they didn't say it, the federal agencies is not supposed to be celebrating like Black History Month. That's their thing against DEI. To them, DEI is just like translate to niggas. But they didn't say it. So, but the White House still had a Black History Month celebration where you had your prominent Black Maga people, and I forget who even performed there. So you had some, they did their Black History celebration, and when they did their Black History celebration, it was the group of the Black Maga who, for some reason, had a picture of Jamal Bryant and was talking crap to Jamal Bryant. Now, the funny part is Jamal Bryant, of course, he's a pastor. Looks like it's a mega church. Baby, I don't follow. But he looks like he's in a mega church. So he ended up doing, see, oh, good thing you put that comment there. I'm going to come back. So I will remember to say, go follow that We're Just Talking, the other YouTube page. And Tony, that's my husband. He's married now. He will be putting his own channel if y'all into anime, that's Transformers, Star Wars, things like that, showing the action figure. He's going to be dropping that pretty soon. Now, the pastor went and did a sermon and was telling them, he pretty much was like, I ain't never scared. Had it up on the strings and everything. But I'm going to show y'all that. Uh, he had the whole pastor voice too while he was doing it. This don't look like it's gonna load. I'm gonna try to reload it, and it's got to be this page because my internet, StreamYard, and everything. I'm still up. I'm still here on YouTube, so it's not the internet. It's got to be this page. I'm gonna try one more time, then I'm gonna have to go ahead and move on.
Thanks for
Look,
watching
play me a
Fox
commercial.
5. We're here
Y'all just want me to watch that commercial
to help you stay informed.
And Fox Local does just that, where you can stream Fox 5 on your TV.
Let's see.
Speculation surrounding the death of a man in Douglas County has now taken a new.
Let's see.
That does not do interviews on ongoing cases, typically protecting the integrity of the investigation. It didn't do an interview today, but it did provide.
No, that's this. That's this video. And it's supposed to be 2 minutes, and we're only 36 seconds in, and it won't move past that. But I would like to know what they evidence that this information that the sheriff's department provided. But I'm going to continue with the article. The purchaser, who was also the driver of the vehicle, produced
us with a video, and it does provide more details.
That's what got stuck in last time. It made me think they was going to continue on.
There's been a lot of concern and speculation about how we're dealing with this case.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office has now reacted to the.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's not coming.
Scrutiny of its investigation into the shooting death of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell. It comes in the form of a pre-recorded video news release after a tearful plea from his mother earlier this week.
Not once have we had any compassion, any closure, any answers.
Deputies found Mitchell dead inside a person's car after a traffic stop. The sheriff's office confirms Mitchell was in the midst of a private gun sale to the driver, and deputies released the driver the same day.
A physical struggle broke out inside the vehicle over the control of the purchased firearm. During the altercation, the purchaser, who was also the driver of the vehicle, produced a second firearm and fatally shot Malachi Mitchell. Believing he was being set up and possibly followed, the driver fled the scene.
The new revelations here are the presence of the second gun reportedly carried by the driver. Plus, investigators have now shared some of what the driver told them before he was let go. He feared he was being set up.
Investigators have confirmed that he was in contact with an individual at the time. Based on the witness's statement, the driver was clearly in a state of panic.
The sheriff's office again maintains the driver and his family have received threats from a local gang.
There was only down two in the car.
Knows nothing about.
You're creating a narrative.
Every aspect of this case is being thoroughly examined. Our investigators are following the evidence wherever it leads, and we will not rush to judgment or make an arrest based on media coverage, public pressure, or outside influence.
Mitchell's family will be speaking to reporters later on this evening. We will have that part of the story coming up later. But for now, we're live in Douglasville. Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
All right, Kevin, thanks so much.
That don't make sense to me. That's the sheriff is pretty much saying just because y'all protesting don't mean we finna go out and arrest somebody because we believe his story, because that's the only evidence that you have. Talking about he produced the second gun. Of course he did. He shot the boy with it. But was he not gonna produce it? Y'all caught him with the body in the car. He had to produce the doggone gun. We have time to get rid of it. It was still in the car. Like, maybe the sheriff know more. None of it makes sense. I don't even know what part that y'all stopped hearing because it was showing on my end, but I see it is paused. That it had kicked me out. StreamYard is tripping. Can y'all hear me? And can y'all see me? Am I back on? It looks like I am back on. Let's see. I done added myself to the stream. The YouTube got a little delay. Let me go back a little bit to see what's the last thing y'all heard. Did y'all hear when the police came and talked? Of course he did. Okay. Okay. So I don't think y'all got the last of the article, but the last of the article was the mom saying that if he that she don't believe the story that the sheriff is saying because why didn't he call the police? And I was saying that I completely agree with the mom because according to this driver, he felt like he was being followed. And you got a dead person in your passenger seat, so you're not worried about him because he can't do anything to you. You got the gun that the Malachi supposed to have sold you, and you got your gun. So, what fear your life you fearing for? I don't know. But if I'm fearing for my life and somebody is following me, why didn't you call the police? So I'm like that I'm with the mama. That makes complete sense, and that don't with your story. The ain't jabbing. 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2. His is equaling 4, but the sheriff is. Let me show y'all. Let me get to this. It didn't even bring my pictures back up. It completely kicked me out of everything. They was like, "Good night." And I think I got good signal, and I think y'all can still hear me, which is good. I just want to bring up the pictures so I can show y'all what exactly I'm talking about. Pastor, our next story is what I talked to y'all about earlier. Pastor Jamal Bryant. And let me see. Let me put the picture up. There you go. That's Pastor Jamal Bryant. And I'm gonna skip ahead. This is Roland Martin Unfiltered. I watch his show every day. Y'all be catching me up on some black news, some black, big and black. And he's talking about what happened. So I want y'all to see this. His response to Black Maga. The black make America great again, people. And I think it's around 14 minutes. Let me show it to y'all so y'all can see. Hopefully y'all can see it here. And this won't give me no problems.
and as a result, some of his Black Maga minions had a video. I mean, they had a sign held up with your face on it. You see some of these folk here, and they roll that video of that one of those minions posted, where they were waving the sign with your face on.
The White House. Oh yeah. And hey.
Now, this is at the White House. This is the Black History celebration at the White House.
Everybody here, Cash Patel has been confirmed as an FBI director. Who's ready for some heads to roll? Let's go! Cash, I know you got the receipts. Hold them mother suckers accountable.
Joe Alderley.
Yeah, that's right. Jamal. Yeah, that's right.
So they did that, and you responded very clearly yesterday from the pulpit.
Y'all been praying for me all week. You've been nervous all week, but I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the Black Joint Chief of Staff from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. If you gonna put up a picture of those that don't want your mama to pay $35 for insulin and your child to pay $35 for inhaler. If you gonna put up a picture of those that are jailing children and separating families. I ain't ever scared. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me.
Look at them. We ain't never scared. On the strings in the back of them.
Stokely Carmichael said, our fathers had to run, but my generation is out of breath. We ain't running no more. Yea, though I walk. And after being on the run for 26 years from Saul and Philistines, David said, my running days are over. We don't have to run anymore. You only run when you're scared. But you walk when you got confidence that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Would you look at your neighbor and tell him, I ain't running nowhere. Be like a tree. Be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing that your labor is not in vain. I'm not going to run when nobody is chasing me, but I'm going to walk like a smooth operator. I got to walk because I understand that no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. All these other churches might not say nothing, but at 6400 Woodrow, we right outside of Decatur where it's greater. You got to understand that there is more for us than there are against us. Look at your neighbor and say, as long as we stick together, we ain't gotta run. Harriet Tubman said, whenever I tried to make our people be free, there were a few Negroes that tried to go backwards and tried to risk our freedom. I feel bad for them coons in the White House who are in there tap dancing for massa, wearing bow bow tie, shinning and grinding, laughing like nothing is funny. Get out of there, Negro, and stand with your people so that you understand that God is on our side.
And of course, like clockwork.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to see Pastor Jamal response. Told them Negro, get out of that Negro. Them coons tap dancing. I said, wait a minute. What church is this? I need to watch they live. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's it. Now, I don't watch reality TV, right? But this was a request, so I went and looked up the information. So this lady is named Karen Hugger, right? If I'm not mistaken, y'all. She was caught drunk driving. Now I seen the videos, but I don't watch reality TV, so I didn't know where they came from when she went viral because she got caught with the DUI, and she started telling them police officers that she was Thomas Jefferson concubine. I said, wait a minute. I know black don't crack, but baby, you ain't. How old are you that you was over there messing with Thomas Jefferson? And once I seen the video of when you seen the body cam video and how bad that car was fucked up, I said, oh, she was to the up. Now I'm gonna show y'all. I got the whole body cam video, but the backstory is that she got arrested and she was just sentenced, and she was sentenced to a year. But I think her lawyers are saying she's gonna serve like 6 months. Let me show y'all this. Hopefully, I don't know if I have the one that's an actual video. The one I just put up is a news. It's a news story. I want the actual video of the judge because it shows the judge sentencing her and the stuff that the judge said that I was like, well, what'd she do? Because the judge was saying like, oh, because the prosecutor, it was recommended for her to get 6 months. But the prosecutor, let's see, can y'all hear it?
Jacqueline Matters, Stephen Braddock, start ahead, stay ahead. Fox 5 morning, weekdays at 4 a.m.
A courtroom shocker today as one of the stars of the Real Housewives of Potomac was ordered to spend the next year in jail. Karen Huger, convicted of driving under the influence of alcohol. Video of the aftermath of her single car crash last year helping seal her fate. Fox 5's Bob Barnard outside the Circuit Courthouse in Rockville with the latest tonight. Bob?
Hey there, Marina. Karen Huger went straight from the courtroom to jail this afternoon. Judge Terrence McGann basically went twice as long as what prosecutors were calling for. They wanted 6 months in jail. He gave her a year, saying, how many second chances does she deserve? Now, you mentioned that video here. Today, Karen Huger apologized for her behavior toward police that night in Potomac. Montgomery County Police. This was March 19th of last year, just before midnight. Huger crashed her Maserati, crossing the median and slamming into 2 street signs. The judge today noting it was her 4th drunk driving arrest in the past 18 years, that she had not changed her destructive behavior and has never been appropriately punished. Huger told Judge McGann since her DUI conviction by a jury 2 months ago, she's gone to rehab and is going to AA meetings, wants to advocate against drunk driving, and says the problem was mixing alcohol with medications for anxiety and depression. Was hoping for home detention. Instead, she's going to jail. Here's audio from inside the courtroom.
The court will neither consider the defendant's celebrity status nor the inane statement she made both at the accident scene and while in the police car after her arrest as a basis for enhanced punishment. She was filled to the gills with alcohol.
Filled to the gills, right?
I think for many years I was putting a Band-Aid on some personal history that was leaving me very unhappy. Your Honor, I have a lot on my plate now, but I understand this is all for a very good reason. I will not let you down.
The judge ordered Huger not to drive any car for a full year after she's released from jail, said the 2 treatment centers she's gone to were more like summer vacations. Here is reaction to the sentencing from a fan of the reality show who was in the courtroom today.
I don't know why that's important.
Well, we thought it was fair. It was a little shocking. I think coming here, we kind of thought, oh, she'll just get house arrest. It'll be something kind of like a slap on the wrist. So hearing 2 years, 1 year being served is kind of like jarring, and I'm still taking it in. So obviously, I'm sure she is, but it was still more than fair.
After Karen Huger went to jail, her lawyer said she is at peace with the sentence. Guys.
Now, she had peace with the sentence because when she got arrested, she told them, I'm rich. I ain't gonna serve no more than 1-2 years and I'll be out of there and be back home. Which is hilarious. It ain't hilarious because I know DUI is serious. My laughter part, y'all, don't get it mistaken. I know DUI is serious and the way her car was messed up, luckily it was just her in the accident because that could have been some serious. Luckily, she walked away, and luckily, nobody else was involved because people could have got seriously hurt. What I'm laughing at is her drunkenness and the things she was saying while she was drunk. But let me see if there was anything different in this article that I wanted to. That I wanted to tell y'all about. Oh. That part, they didn't say that part, so I'll just show y'all that part, a part of the article where it says that in addition to her jail time, she also was ordered to pay a fine and that she can't drive. So in addition to jail time, Huger was also ordered to pay a total of $2,900. And she told them that she rich. All through that drunk video, body cam video, she kept telling them how she was rich. But $2,900 ain't enough for her in fines and served 5 years of probation. After she serves her time, Huger won't be able to drive for 1 year. If she violates her probation, Huger could be sent back to jail to serve the remainder of her suspended time. The reality star will serve 1 year in a Montgomery County Correctional Facility. David Martella, Huger defense attorney, told ABC News he predicts Huger will serve 6 to 8 months in jail before being let out early for good behavior. Huger family members were seen hugging her in court after the judge read his sentence. Her sister, Olive Bully, wept as the reality star signed probation papers before being taken into custody. We love you, God got you, one family member shouted from across the courtroom. The lawyers told reporters that the reality star was at peace with the judge's decision. Karen Huger told me she is at peace with this. She is glad this part of the process is over. She has been working very hard on recovery for the last few months, and that has allowed her to be the healthiest that she's been in years. She told me she is fully prepared to get through this, and she looks forward to a brighter day very soon. Huger is married to businessman Ray Huger, who also appeared on the show. So I think that's it for that. Let me show y'all the drunken video where she says she's Thomas Jefferson concubine. And what's funny in here, because what made me look at this video, because I had just seen the clips about her with the Thomas Jefferson concubine. What made me look at the video is that in her sentencing, I'm trying to find the video. In her sentencing, she apologized to the police and what she said to the police that day. And I'm looking like, what the hell she said to the Now I got to watch the video because I want to see what the hell she said to this police. Let me see, is this one it? Because the full video is like 30 minutes or something. So I'm like, I'm not gonna watch the full video, but I do have some little. I have wrote down the little key parts that I want y'all to look at. If I could find it, let me try to type it in now. Karen Huger DUI body cam. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me bring this up for y'all to show y'all the little key points. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. Is it sound? Is 1 minute where you can see the car, how messed up that car is. Let me turn that around because I feel like I'm trying to shadow.
Yeah, we're just gonna check you out.
The 1 minute you see, that's when you first see the car and how messed up it is. I'm like, good Lord.
No, right, I am.
Look,
I am right.
Got your bag here.
Hold it.
that whole hood is popped up. Like, look.
Watch out, there's some barf on it there.
Great.
There's some throw up on it there.
He said there's some throw up right there.
Okay, ma'am, can you get your driver's license for us, please?
No, you cannot.
Okay,
You ready?
Karen. Okay, let me ask you a question.
She's not free to leave. Okay?
I understand this.
And
Okay, so
what
so
do
you're
you
saying.
need to know? What do you need
Hold on,
to know, sir?
Let me answer his questions.
No, I am the person that was driving.
Okay, you were the person that was driving. I
Say,
understand.
huh,
But
you tried so
I
hard.
need your driver's license.
So answer
Can you
the
get me your driver's license?
not so quiet in there.
Why?
No, because it's time.
Is it? I'll stop.
The husband trying to explain. They try to ask the cop asking her where she's coming from, how much she has to
somebody.
she has and all of that.
And that was not my
Where,
fault.
ma'am? Where are you
So
coming
the
from?
husband trying.
Let's start with that.
What's your point?
What's your point?
Where are you driving from?
Why are you interviewing me?
Because you were in an accident and you appear to be impaired.
Well, I'm not. No, I appear, but
Okay,
I'm not.
that's right. That's
Are
why
you
I'm.
ready?
That's why I'm asking.
That's when the husband tried to explain.
Because the bed was back there.
Yeah.
So
So
we needed to write an accident. Okay.
it's okay. So Ray, darling, what do you say?
I'm saying that you probably had a couple of beers,
Right
and you were coming back. And you said that you got run off the road.
I
guess
did.
Did you hit the tree here or something?
It looks like she hit the center median, came across the median, and then hit this tree as well.
Okay,
Or one of the.
That car so bad it catches on fire.
Yeah.
Ray, can you pick my purse up,
It
please?
doesn't take much.
No, it does not. Sweetheart, can you speak to me, please?
Okay.
Hey, your car's on fire. Your car's on fire. Get away
Car's
from
on
your
fire.
My car?
Still smoking?
No, it's on fire. All right. So, do you remember what kind of beer you had?
No, it's not intoxication.
And then the part I was saying that I wanted to watch the video because she said she apologized to the cops. Because initially, I'm like, she ain't saying stuff too bad. She just saying like little drunken stuff to the cop or whatever. Maybe she go in here and keep telling that cop how he's a poor white. You's a poor white. I was like, oh. That's what she's talking about. How you know you a poor white? I was like, no, Karen didn't. Karen is over here acting like a Karen. Let me see. I'm gonna go to that part. She told him, I'm a powerful black woman. You a poor white. I said, oh.
They don't pay attention to you. Are you married?
I am.
Beyonce married.
What's that?
You love her?
Yes.
I'm powerful of it. When you Google me, you're gonna be so ashamed of yourself. I'm bad as fuck. I don't think I did anything bad except the driver.
They do the big except the draft. The whole like draft and stuff. When she
I have
actually
to bleed in my nose too in a minute.
what she meant was like getting drunk on the bad part. It was the driving was the bad part. And she's saying that like I should have took a taxi. You think? And then around the 12 minutes, that's when she tell him, I'm black and I own a plantation. What you doing with your whiteness? I said, oh. Let me see. It's around right here.
I'm black, I'm Russian, I own a plantation of and you. What you do is bring us white.
What you do that's great, that's white. That cop is trying.
I meant that. So what I do,
when they put you in the front seat when you get arrested? Because they got her in the handcuffs, but they got her sitting in the front seat. I have always went, anytime I got arrested, they always put my little black ass in the back seat, probably because I'm poor. Like she told you, white and you're poor. Let me show y'all the 1352. That's what she tells them about she's Thomas Jefferson concubine.
you don't know me. I'm black, white, Cherokee. And I'm Thomas Jefferson concubine. Everybody on Bravo's show knows that. But do you know who I am? This is never going to touch me.
This is never going to touch me. You know what?
Well, I am the Housewives of Potomac. I'm really glad you guys stopped.
We didn't stop you, right?
Can you hear me? My people are telling me, what did you say?
And so at one point, so he's driving her to the police station. So at one point, he's driving her to the police station. So when they get there, he get out the car, because he had to go around to let her in. He get out the car. She has a whole conversation with herself. She just started talking to herself, which made me. I'm gonna tell y'all what I said after.
I cry. Can you move me? Yeah. I love you too. I love you very much. You didn't mean any harm. Okay. God bless you.
I love you too. You ain't mean to harm. God bless you.
Can you just get me out?
So what I thought was like, maybe she said she see dead people. And I'm like, y'all seen The Whisperer. So maybe, she was drinking because the people kept talking to her and she needed some rest. And maybe that's the only way that she, I'm always making excuses for people. But baby, yeah, she had a full-on conversation with herself. Now, it ain't until, now this is about 16 minutes in. Now, the cops is finna go around to let her out. So it's around 18 minutes in when he let her out the car, and she almost followed that. She finally like, damn, I'm drunk. Like, I said, really, Karen?
I don't. You told me your name is Karen.
No.
Let me help you up.
No, I did not. Oh God, I'm lit.
Yes, you are lit.
She said, I'm lit.
Can you?
That's why.
She said, oh God.
No, not really, darling.
It is. Oh, hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I don't want you to fall like you just did.
Baby, I didn't look, guys.
Let's go this way, man. Do I know who you are? No. You've asked me to watch the step.
Can you quiet that?
No, it's reading you the form that's in front of
I do. No. This is such a fucking irritant. Poor wife. Just let that chick go out. Do you want to listen? I wouldn't do it. I will rise up. I am who I am. So we want to ask you.
And then she had to tell somebody.
I don't give a fuck. Do you run that by people?
I'm not asking
you. Do you run that by people?
Karen, I'm not
asking. No,
asking
I'm really rich. And I will stay in jail for a year or two. Because you just run that by people.
What?
poor white, black, green people. You want that black people?
It has nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah, it does. It has everything. So
it
what's
actually
your
has
point?
zero to do with that.
So yeah, that's all from Karen. So she did end up. She was right. All of Miss Cleo, because she was right. She ended up doing like a year. She gonna do like a year. So let's go on to the next one. Now this heifer here. This heifer right here. This was another story that was requested. So I went and looked into it because they said it was this lady who left like 3 kids at home for some years by themselves. I said impossible. Ain't no way. Because how you leave? I had so many questions. How was 3 kids left at home? But was they not school age? Was they how does this happen for years and nobody end up knowing? And then I was told like it was like feces everywhere. Like the kids was poop because the toilet hadn't worked in years. So it was poop in the toilet. It was poop all on the walls. Like it was so disgusting. And her butt is in jail. But I was wondering, I had found a couple of articles about it. And I'm like, why they ain't got no picture? Because they need to have this half a picture up everywhere. So everybody can see what the hell she done did. Now, let me see. I'm sure, I only got the one. I'm gonna read this. I wonder if it has if this one has the picture so y'all can see the disgust. It's just like stuff piled on top of each other. Just piles and piles. And I'm just like, and you see poop all on the wall. It was absolutely disgusting. And she would just send them food like through DoorDash and stuff like that. And then they said as of lately, she got to the point where she didn't even send her food no more. She would like leave a loaf of bread on the at the door. So and they would come and get that and she would expect them to like live off of a loaf of bread. But let me show y'all this article with this little trifling heifer right here. I said at this point, once I read that story, I had to tag Uncle Snoop. I said, Uncle Snoop.
Funky dog head, bitch.
He said what he said. I didn't say it. But he said what he said. Let me see if I can pull it up. If this abandonment cases. 3 kids left alone for years. Mom charged. Everything we know. Kelli Bryant is her name. It's funky dog head. It's 34 of Pontiac being held on $250 million bond. Waller for years was charged with child abuse and is being held on $250 million bond. Here's a timeline of everything that we know. The deputies discovered the kids, a 12-year-old girl, a 13-year-old girl, and a 14-year-old boy at the time. Because when I first heard the story, I was like, wait, are they going to school? If she ain't home, I wonder if it's girls or boys, because if it's a girl, I know their hair and stuff like home, like, or if depending on the age, maybe they self but found out is one boy who was 15, 2 girls, they 12 and 13. This thing and went out again. Deputy called for a welfare check. So it seems like y'all only got, I'm all the way at the end of this article. And y'all didn't only get the beginning. Yeah, StreamYard is blowing me. And as much as they charge monthly, they got the nerve to have connection issue. Okay, we was over here. Y'all, I done read all this. And y'all only get deputies call for a welfare check. The landlord called for a welfare check because he haven't heard from her since December 2024 and she haven't paid rent since October. Trash was found as high as 4 feet. In some areas, mold and human waste was found throughout the house. The toilet was overflowing. They found feces in the bathtub. Bryant wasn't there. They found the 3 children who was wearing torn clothes. Their hair was matted and their nails were several inches long. They learned that the boy was sleeping on the mattress while the girl allegedly slept on pizza boxes. And I said, how dare you leave the house like that? And not even, you don't even furniture the house. You don't even get a kid somewhere. They sleeping on pizza boxes. The girls, but your boy got a mattress. So her daughter was hiding in a bathroom that was filled with feces, piles of trash, and completely non-functional, while her son was hiding in another room. Police was astonished to find anyone in that location because it would appear to be uninhabitable with piles of garbage and trash several feet high, including large amount of human poop. The prosecutor said the girls also had a difficult time physically walking outside of the house. Bryant lived at the Pontiac house with her 4 children in 2019 at some point between 2020 and 2021. She allegedly moved out and left 3 of the kids to live there alone while the 4th child went to live with their father, according to McDonald. Detective learned that she lived at another address in Pontiac. With the 3 children were living alone, they had no physical contact with their mom. The only child that ever communicated with the mom was the 15-year-old boy. He told investigators he would text his mother when the food supply was low. Bryant used companies like Instacart and DoorDash to send the children food, but in the entirety of the abandonment, she never sent toilet paper, soap, or shampoo. Towards the end, the kids was living on 1 loaf of bread to share that was supposed to last them for several days. So she didn't send them any hygiene. She didn't send them any tissue to wipe themselves. She just sent some food. And that was in the beginning. Towards the end, she sent 1 loaf of bread. During the years of abandonment, the only child to have ever stepped outside the house was the boy, and he only did twice. He told investigators he stepped out one time to touch the grass and another time to check the mail. Bryant had allegedly instructed the kids to never open the door or leave the house. All 3 children expressed fears about what their mother's response would be if they left the house, said McDonald. And I said, well, you got to see what she was doing to kids the time when she was living there. Because to have that much fear that for years you will live in that condition and her presence not even be there and you still that afraid that y'all ain't finna leave the house at 12, 13, and 15. Y'all ain't gonna leave the house to get out that condition. Oh, baby, she was doing some things to them while she was living there to instill that amount of fear in the kids. Because I can't get my little 11-year-old to listen when I'm right there in her face. The mother is also accused of concealing the kids from family members and lying about the kids' whereabouts. She took active steps of lying and concealing to make sure the children wouldn't discover. She took these actions knowing that her children would suffer serious physical and emotional harm as a result. When family members would ask where the kids was at, she would tell them they were a babysitter. Bryant told the investigators that the father wasn't in the kid's life, but later learned that he had tried to be. So she told the investigators that the daddy wasn't involved, but the investigators later learned that the daddy tried to be in the kid's life. The father of the 3 children was incarcerated for a while and didn't have any contact with the kids. But when he got out, he filed paperwork for visitation and was granted those rights in 2022. But the mama allegedly wouldn't allow him to see the kids. Yeah, because of the condition. She wasn't even seeing the kids and then wouldn't allow the daddy to see them. because she couldn't have nobody see them kids and they was living like that. You would know. Even if you get them kids a shower, it's gonna take days of them showering. Probably have to cut off their hair and everything to get that filth up off them kids. So the kids was taken to the hospital. The 3 was found on February 14th. They was immediately taken to a hospital, and they showed severe signs of neglect. At the hospital, the children struggled with completing basic hygiene tasks like flushing the toilet, brushing their teeth, because they hadn't done it in years. The prosecutor also noted that the children appeared to be okay considering everything they've been through. Child Protective Service placed all 3 children in the custody of a family member. Bryant was found at another location and arrested without incidents on February 14th. The sheriffs had held a press conference on February 18th, said the case was handed over to the prosecutors. So they said what happened is it was a gap in the Michigan school code that allowed for the status of the kids to go unnoticed, because the kids all these years wasn't in school. So one school received a request for records from another school in Pontiac, but no verification ever moved to that school. So when the children didn't show up to their initial school, they would drop off their enrollment list since the new school had already requested their records. The attorney said his department is proposing legislation to amend the state school code that would make it so that before a child is unenrolled, the school would need to obtain written confirmation that the child is attending another school. Then if a child doesn't show up at a school for some time, a follow-up would be required to ensure the child is okay. So what the mama did, she went the school that they was going to. She went and withdrew them out the school, saying they're going to another school. And so let's see. So I want to say. Oh, okay. So then she went and moved them to another school, but they never show up to that other school. And so nobody from this school that they came from, they never received verification that they went to that other school. And the other school never seen them at all. So the first school then checked with the second school to see if the kids got enrolled there. And the second school, once the kids didn't show up, then check with the first school to see if the kids were still going there. So that's how she was allowed for years to not have the kids in school. So the mom was charged with 3 counts of first-degree child abuse on first degree on Wednesday, February 19th. The prosecutor office is seeking to terminate Bryant's parental rights, which they should. If convicted, she face up to life in prison, what she should. And McDonald said no one else has been charged at this time. That doesn't mean additional charges won't happen. On Thursday, February 20th, Bryant was arraigned at the child abuse charges and given a $250 million bond. If she is released, she cannot have any contact with her children or any minor, and she cannot contact possesses alcohol, drugs, or weapons. She must also wear GPS. When Oakland County Judge Rhonda M. Gross set the bond, she believed Bryant was a flight risk and a danger to children. She's from here. She's from there, said Gross. We don't know where she resides. I do find an acute risk and danger to the community and to any minor children under the age of 18, let alone the 3 children that she is a mother to. Gross also says she's concerned about Bryant being able to contact her children since they are currently with a family member. I am concerned that she may have contact with the family member from the jail when instructions to continue to engage in the fear tactics to forbid the children from cooperating with authorities in their continued investigation in this matter. For that reason alone, I am giving her a $250 million bond in this matter, cash only. She said there ain't no I-bonding out of here, ain't no 10%, give $250 cash. The public defender representing Bryant says she is aware of how serious this case was, but argued for a personal bond, claiming that Bryant was a lifelong resident of the county with ties to the community and therefore not a flight risk. The judge also said that if they discovered Bryant's making intimidating phone calls to her children for jail, then her phone privileges will be taken away. Bryant will appear in court on March 4th for probable cause. Her preliminary examination is March 11th. Okay. The Old County social media at this juncture, we have significant clothing donation and our shifting off focus. Let's see. Let's see if that's gonna play. Let me go, and I think let's see.
Mother facing charges accused of leaving her kids inside of a home for years, close to 5 years.
They had to get a garbage truck. Look at that. Look at that. All coming out the toilet. That's disgusting.
It was mice. I had to step over the mice first. Mice all throughout the whole house, and we had to get over that. Once we got over that, we was fine. I had to step the condition.
I don't know if y'all seen it.
Words I could say.
There got a picture of it.
And we've seen item after item being out of that house to expose to the house.
We had to get over that. We was fine.
Cleanup process takes place. Bryant was given a bond in the amount that she would likely not be able to pay as she awaits trial for 3 counts of first-degree child abuse.
I'm giving her a $250 million bond, cash only.
Either way, after seeing firsthand what the kids were living in, these workers are just glad they're okay.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kids. It's really bad. It's bad how she left the place.
Now, Bryant's going to be right in front of a judge in just a few weeks, so keep it right here for any updates in that trial. And Pontiac, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Yeah, the more details that come out, the more.
Yeah. So that's pretty much. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Let me move on to it because if I can get it. So I don't know if y'all heard earlier that the actor Gene Hackman was found dead with his wife. Now he's older. You see his Count your days. Count your days, StreamYard. Because I am definitely going to look for another service. Because y'all didn't get on my nerves. As I was saying, Gene Hackman, he was found unalive with his wife and the dog. But the police is not expecting foul play, which is crazy because they was found in two separate rooms. Now, I don't know what the dog was at. But they was found in two separate rooms. Because I'm like, if it was carbon monoxide or gas would be my initial thought. Then why was they in two separate rooms unless one thought the other one was asleep and then when it laid down went to sleep and passed away as well. But you see how small Gene Hackman had got? I wouldn't have even recognized him. I didn't even know that was him. That's the last picture that they was pictured together. And I want to say that like a year ago, a year, maybe two, is the last picture they was pictured together. The neighbors were saying that they didn't come out very often. Like once he retired from Hollywood, he was fine at the house with his wife. Let me show y'all the news article. His wife's name is Betsy. Gene Hackman's wife, Betsy, and I'm not going to mess up her last name, was dead for some time, found in different rooms, investigator says. And this is in Santa Fe. Oscar winner Gene Hackman, his wife, and one of their dogs were apparently dead for some time before a maintenance worker discovered their bodies at the couple's home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, investigators said. The bodies were found Wednesday. A sheriff spokesperson said there was no indication that they had been shot or had any wounds that would indicate foul play. But Santa Fe County Sheriff's detective wrote in a search warrant affidavit, investigators thought the death was suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation. Hackman, 95, was in an entryway, and his 65-year-old wife, Betsy, was lying on her right side in the bathroom. A space heater was next to her head and may have fallen when she abruptly dropped to the floor, according to the affidavit. Why would she abruptly drop to the floor? She's only 65. The New Mexico Gas Company tested the gas lines in and around the home after the bodies were discovered, according to the warrant. At the time, it didn't find any signs of problems, and the fire department, my mouth is dry, and the fire department found no signs of carbon monoxide leak or poisoning. A detective wrote that there was no obvious signs of a gas leak, but he noted that people exposed to gas leak or carbon monoxide might not show signs of poisoning. The gruff but beloved Hackman was among the most accomplished actors of his generation, appearing as villains, heroes, and anti-heroes in dozens of drama, comedians, and action films from 1960s into his early retirement in the early 2000s. He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us, he was just always dead and grandpa, his daughter and granddaughter said in a statement Thursday. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss. According to the warrant affidavit, a maintenance worker reported that the home front door was open when he arrived to do routine work Wednesday. He called police after finding the bodies. But in a 911 call, the maintenance worker said he was unable to get inside when the operator asked whether the people in the house was breathing. I have no idea, the subdivision caretaker said. I am not inside the house. It's closed. It's locked. I can't go in. But I can see she's lying down on the floor from the window. He and another worker told authorities that they rarely saw the homeowners, and their last contact with them was about 2 weeks ago. Hackman appeared to have fallen. A deputy observed a cane was nearby. A dead German Shepherd was found in a bathroom closet near Betsy, police said. What happened? Near Betsy. Santa Fe County Sheriff said during a press conference Thursday that the dog was found in a kennel. 2 healthy dogs were found on the property, one inside and one outside. There's no indication of a struggle. There was no indication of anything that was missing from the home or disturbed. That would be indicative that there was a crime that had occurred. Results of autopsy conducted on both bodies are not yet available, the sheriff said, noting that carbon monoxide and toxicology testings are pending. The search warrant suggests that police appear to have a working theory that some kind of gas poisoning happened, but they don't know yet and aren't ruling anything out. They don't have clear evidence that it's any type of homicide, but they're asking for blunt instruments or other weapon that could be used. It doesn't also look like some kind of planned double suicide. Police tend to overstate what they know, but this is the opposite segment, who is also tied to the investigation. Hackman routinely showed up on Hollywood list of greatest actors. He could play virtually any role, from comic books villain Lex Luthor and Superman to coaching Finding Redemption and sentimental favorite Hoosiers. Okay. And it's just history that Hackman was married first, and then he ended up meeting Betsy. Betsy was a pianist. She grew up in Hawaii, and they met in the 1980s. They bought their home, which is like a small home compared to the other homes in the neighborhood, and they have stayed there since. He wrote a couple of books, and y'all, that is about it. Let me get out of here before this doggone thing, this StreamYard cut out again, okay? Oh, exhausted. Yeah, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Drop that in the comments. Let me know some other stories that you want to talk about for me to commentate on. Don't forget to go and subscribe to my other channel, which is a group discussion, pretty much a group panel. Me, my husband, my baby sister, my brother-in-law, that we talk about all things there. Let me see. I think that's it. Follow me on TikTok, Facebook, fan base, and Instagram. Okay. I am Ted, and it is way past my bedtime. Thank y'all for watching, but I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay. I will catch y'all next time. Bye.